Hello and welcome to a vlog of two halves. This is our second ever upload onto YouTube, and it's after the first games of the season. So we were going to sit down and go through, Rob and I, our
review.
Yeah, basically sponsored by Foster's. Ooh.
Is it Thursday? Oh no, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
So Wednesday is now the new Friday.
Wednesday, yes, Wednesday is. Yeah. Right. Okay. So where do we start, Roberto?
Right. So we'll start off. I know it's Arsenal because it's your team, but it was the Saturday kickoff. So what were your points on that? 2-1 win.
First game at the Emirates this season. I have to say that Burnley are a very good side. Didn't they beat Southampton in the first game of the season?
Yeah, they are a tough team.
Yeah, so they are a tough team. They know what they're doing. They're going to have no issues in the league this year. It's funny, really, when you're talking about Burnley, because you think when you've got a team like that, and obviously not supporting a team like Burnley, what are their aspirations for this season? What would you? I genuinely ask those questions sometimes. As fans, if you're a Burnley fan, where would you want to be this season? What are you aiming for? Top 6? That's a tough ask.
I'd aim for Europa.
Yeah.
For someone like Burnley.
Okay.
Would be massive.
Yeah, absolutely. But a tough ask. Where did they finish last season?
Oh,
we need to put it up. We're actually going to start putting this up. Alright, so where Burnley finished. But other than that, from Arsenal's point of view, it's a tough one because I can't really judge defensively because we did concede. We didn't look bad. I think we're going to have to look longer term to decide whether our defensive options. Obviously, Tierney isn't starting yet. And then David Luiz obviously was in defence.
He was alright.
He seemed alright. He's an attacking defender, which would fit Arsenal's style of play and Emery's style of play, playing from the back, absolutely down to the ground.
Yeah, he likes running forward.
He does, yeah, absolutely. I think Arsenal looked. It's early in the season, and Emery's bringing the side that he wants to use for the season together slowly, which is fine, and we're getting the results. So I think it was a fairly impressive display.
I think the big test is this weekend.
Yeah,
Liverpool at Anfield.
Well, I'd say Danny Ceballos.
He does look good.
He looks very good, and it annoys me we've only got him on loan. Yeah. Who knows?
He said he always wanted to go back
to Real Madrid, but I don't think Zidane didn't want him. He was surplus to requirements there, and they've just signed Hazard. I'm saying this as an Arsenal supporter. After one and a half games of watching him, he did play against the first game of the season, but I think he was just he came on for a small amount of time. But he looks a solid player, really solid, and you can see why we spent £15 million for a loan. It's a lot of money, and taking on the players' wages. He looks good, and we'll see how it pans out.
At the minute. A lot of big clubs are doing loans, and then
which isn't not normally the big clubs aren't normally that happy with loans, are they?
I mean, Coutinho's gone to Bayern on loan.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal apparently linked with him at one point, but I think Bayern have got a great player. Yeah, he would have, but he's a solid player. How about you? Did you watch the Arsenal game?
Yeah. Girlfriend supports Arsenal, so
of course. Yes, that's very true.
I mean, I do secretly cheer
when another team.
When they win the score, I do a little. But no, Arsenal do look good. The defence is the main thing, and I think you have got stronger, and it does look like it's working so far. Okay, Burnley scored, but it was a bit of a scrappy goal.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, it looks good for Arsenal. I stick to what my predictions were for the top 4. But
Arsenal, I don't think are going to be challenging for the top 2. No chance. But I think we can really challenge for the top 4, which is I saw Arsenal spent the most this year, which is insane. When we were told we had the meagre transfer budget, so. Just shows that the newspapers talk bollocks. They just create a story, and then when it doesn't happen, they change it and they go, "Oh, Emery decided to rip that £40 million up and give or Kroenke decided to give him more money." It's like, no, you just made it up, and now you're making another story to fit with what you made up in the first place. I can't stand. This is one thing I cannot stand. Like the papers and the clickbait.
They just love it. They love it.
I fucking hate it. They'll make something and stupidly sometimes even like a seasoned
a source saying,
and then you click on it and you just think this is horseshit. How do they do this? Anyways, so we'll move on from Arsenal.
I was going to move on quickly just to Liverpool because talking about not getting in the top two, I honestly thought Southampton were either going to win or draw at least. I thought because of the Super Cup with Liverpool finishing
That's
1
true.
o'clock in the morning
Very true.
to play Saturday, I thought they're going to be tired, and again they won 2-1, and so they definitely are going to be just them. City are going to be number one, but Liverpool
they're going to run again.
Yeah, I said last week that I didn't think they'd be.
But there was a point between the two top teams last season, which just shows how far and above they are ahead of everyone else. And really, there's nothing between those two sides. There really isn't. There's nothing. And I think it's going to be very similar this year. Arsenal, obviously, we'll talk about future games in a minute. But anyway, so yeah, you watched. I thought the Liverpool game again. I think they looked. Liverpool looked solid, especially being, like I say, their midweek shenanigans. So,
I tried to watch as many games as I can. Watch the Chelsea-Leicester game.
The Chelsea-Leicester, yeah.
I still don't think Chelsea are going to be.
Chelsea, I think
Lampard will be gone.
Trouble.
Christmas.
I don't know. You've got to wonder how. I mean, under the transfer embargo that they've got at the moment,
that's what's.
Maybe that'll buy him a year. I think it probably will, unless it goes drastically wrong. I don't think they're going to get top 4. I think they'll struggle to get top 6 maybe. I mean, we watched the game. Leicester were the better team at home at the Bridge.
They should have.
Should have won. And that's Leicester. That what are Leicester's goals? Probably Europa League this year.
Definitely.
And they've got a great side.
Europa.
They were playing some good football. What was the player that scored Chelsea's first goal though? That's a noteworthy Mount. I've never really heard of him before. He looks good, and he looks hungry as well. His first goal, he was like hungrily got the ball from the defender, falling over, and he just beautifully placed it. Fantastic. So he's maybe one to look for in the future. Shall we move on? We got a fly in here.
Who else? We can talk about United quickly. So obviously,
we'll give them their time.
Well, the first half. I don't want to say play like Barca because Barca have kind of changed a little bit, but they dominated.
We saw how good last week Wolves were at the Molineux in Europe, in Europa League, when they tore that. I can't remember who they tore apart 7-0. It was that a qualifying match.
Yeah, because I know they've got Torino next.
They've got a great side, Wolves. They really have. So yeah, carry on.
No, but just going back, I thought we dominated. We didn't play like Solskjaer used what you'd think he likes to play, so the counter-attacking was still there, but we were holding on the ball so much, still like pressing, but I thought we looked a bit, we were trying to pick out the spaces for the players to run rather than just quickly going, like Chelsea, it was just pure attack.
Yes.
Where this one, I thought we looked good, and we got the goal, and I thought it 2-0, something like that, and then never got in the second half a great goal.
I agree.
The atmosphere changed.
I agree.
Everything
changed.
And
I think watching the highlights and sometimes we are reliant on highlights. Can't watch the full game. Wolves were at home, are a fantastic side. The Wolves goal was absolutely fantastic. But United did look over the course of the highlights, at least the better side, and some of the attacking football, at least the football that led to the first goal, was superb. And it was just like exactly the sort of football that they were playing against Chelsea. Very fluent, one-touch football that just opens teams up when you've got confident players. I think Rashford is going to be a serious threat for you guys. Marshall maybe as well. I think there's a lot of game time for those two guys this season, and I think honestly, I didn't think this was going to be the case, but I think United are going to really, really challenge for top 4 this year. They're a different prospect to last year. I can tell it already, and I might be proved wrong, but I honestly think that is the case. And they've spent the money in the right areas, and then released players or at least opened up so that they're more attacking. And then you've got the players like Rashford and Marshall that are able to be in their preferred positions and play the right football. And how old is Rashford?
21.
Yeah, he's a special player. Honestly, I think, I'm not just saying this because I'm English and I don't want him to be good for United, but I want him to be good for England, and I've already seen what he can do last season. He's a very, very decent looking player. So yeah. Well, what other noteworthy
We've got the City game, Tottenham 2-2.
Oh, of course, yes. How can
this is
forget?
what we said. Sterling is always scoring goals, and I think he's really underrated. Something about him people don't just
Why
get
do
on
you think
with.
he's coming into his own now?
likes
Before
to
he was
run like
quite
a raptor.
inconsistent. Yeah, he does. He was quite inconsistent before. Not inconsistent, but he had moments of brilliance and.
Now it's all. I mean, when he scores a hat trick, it doesn't really surprise me anymore.
No, I mean he's a special player, isn't he?
I think if he was foreign, he'd be bigged up a bit more.
Maybe.
Italian player.
But then usually we tend to, as English
Yeah,
people,
that's
big
what
up.
I mean.
I don't understand why he's not, because obviously we'll cover England in the summer, but next
games
summer,
in a few weeks.
But and also in the qualifiers, but England have got so many special young talent coming through. It's quite exciting. Don't know where we are in the world rankings at the moment, but I think we're quite high up.
Yeah, I think that since the summer.
Yeah. Oh,
we shot up a bit.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think I don't know. He doesn't really take his form to England.
No.
Really.
No, I mean, God, last summer he didn't score a goal, did he? Did he?
I don't know.
Don't think he did. Did he? You've got to put it up there. Douche. But
little sad face like that.
No. But with the City game, obviously Tottenham were on the back foot. You can expect that being the third best team in the country at the moment, or over last season, they showed how solid they were because they're playing at home to City, being outplayed by City, and still good enough to draw the game, even if they were riding their luck at times.
No, I think again, they were the one team that I said I don't think will do as well, but going to City getting. Okay, you let 2 goals in, but what do you expect at City? You still scored 2 goals.
Exactly. Yeah.
At the ground, so
yeah.
I still think there'll be a force. I actually think they play better without Kane. When last
you
season,
said that last week, didn't you?
More up front. I do think that with that pace, but it's still early days. Any other games?
Obviously, the loads of games, but we don't want to cover everything.
No.
But we just want to cover the main talking points. I suppose the bigger teams are the ones that we expect to be fighting for the front, so we can't go into everything. So let's move on to what we got.
Predictions?
Predictions.
Right.
So
well, we've already mentioned. We've got to start with because you already mentioned
Liverpool,
at Anfield. That'll be.
This is a real litmus test for Arsenal. A real litmus test. We can talk all we like about Burnley at home and Newcastle away. They're winnable games, and Arsenal very often screw them up, but this is the litmus test when you go away to one of the top 2 in the league. So I can't really call it because I don't know how much we're going to find out this week and how much Arsenal have changed this season, how much we've improved, and if we come off of another hiding like we have done when we go to Anfield and City and the big teams that we had over the last few years, then maybe not that much has changed. So we'll find out. I can't really call it. I don't think we are, but I think we might still lose. But if we show character and fight, then at least it shows we're taking steps in the right direction. So
what are you going for? Score?
2-2.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's my heart telling me that, not my head.
What's your head telling you?
2-1 Liverpool. How about you?
Right decision. No, I think it'll be 3-1 Liverpool.
Do you reckon? Okay. Well, I can't argue with that.
You can, but
well, yeah.
No. The thing is with those type of games, it can open up. It's all the big teams seem to score. I mean, like the City Tottenham, the 2 big teams, the 4 goals in the match, and I think there'll be 3 or 4 goals, but I think it'll be either 3-0 or 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay. 3-1. Okay. Yeah. No. All right.
It's Liverpool.
Yeah. I agree. I can't disagree with you. Okay. So. United.
We're at home to Palace.
That should be a whitewashing. I think that. Well, honestly, can I start? I'll say maybe 3-0. I think Crystal Palace are not a strong side. Obviously, they sold. Who was it? They sold for quite a lot of money to you.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka.
Right, and they rely way too much on Zaha. I think that'll be 3-0. Yourself?
I said 1-0 against Wolves. I was nearly right. But
okay, right,
I'll go 2-0. Just
United.
to be different.
Okay, all right, cool. Who do we? I don't even know who Chelsea have got. Honestly, I'm worried about Chelsea.
We should have.
I'm not worried about Chelsea because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I think they're in a bad place. But we won't really do too many predictions. I think we'll stick generally to our own two teams for predictions. Otherwise, it gets too long and convoluted. We're not Mark Lawrenson, are we? No. Anyway.
Just a quick one.
Yep.
Before we finish with the Neymar talk, because it's dragging on all summer.
Oh, why is that? He's still going to move.
Oh well, it looks 70% Barca.
Really?
But Real Madrid are coming in, and now it's all changing. If Barca now, they don't really have the money neither, do because they've spent so much. So PSG want to cash deal all players.
How old is Neymar now? He's about 27. Yeah, so he's in his prime.
touching 28, I reckon.
Yeah, he's in his prime.
But now they're talking about they want a loan deal with an obligation to buy next summer. But then if that fee's 180, 200 million next summer, that means surely Barca or Madrid can't buy. I know everyone thinks you can, but
I don't understand because now the Premier League teams are stinking rich. Why is it that now Real Madrid are getting their wings clipped financially and so are Barcelona? Why is that?
I mean, they've still spent nearly 300 million.
I know, that's true, but it's still a noticeable change. They were going, I want him, I want him, I want him, I want him. All the best players, all the top talent in Europe would go to them. They would sign ridiculous, and it's just not quite like that anymore. And then, but it almost seems like the Arsenal, the Cities, the Chelseas, if they could, they seem to have the money now. Is it just? Are we getting better TV rights?
Barclays get huge.
Right.
Share,
so then, because you can also see it in the transfer dealings, because now we're dominating Europe.
Yeah.
You know, we had four in the final, and it's insane. And we are clearly the best in the world at the moment. The Premier League is the best in the planet at the moment.
Barca won the league last season by 19 points. And Real Madrid's been 19 points behind Barca.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, don't get me wrong, Real Madrid and Barcelona are still up there with the Premier League sides. But I
think they focus a lot too much on the Champions League, though. I think both of them.
They both do. But then look what they did last year. I mean, obviously, Real Madrid went bosh with the treble Champions League, which is unheard of, isn't it?
But then, because I've got a Madrid fan at work, and it's all about like they thought it was Zidane's the Messiah and stuff. And I said, well, no, because you've lost Ronaldo. Look what's happened.
Yeah,
just dropped.
I'm surprised they.
Zidane come back the last few months, and then still nothing.
I'm surprised they got rid of Ronaldo when they did. I thought they would milk him a bit more because he had more in him. And I'm surprised they let him go when they did. I know, obviously, you've got to get over a player like that eventually. You've got to feel the burn at some point. But I thought that even a player like that you could still keep, that it's not quite got the talent he used to have at 30, but at 35 he's still great, and you can bring other players in that he can influence. But they just sort of cut off the nose despite the face, and then they've really suffered from getting rid of him. What do you reckon? Just quickly, because this might be longer than we expected, but how long have we been going for now?
20 minutes.
Okay, we're all good. What about the Gareth Bale? Because
he'll stay now.
Oh no, he's staying now. But what do you reckon of that situation?
He should have gone, but then.
But to China, his career's over at that point.
I think he could have gone to Bayern. He could have gone. The PSG swap still could happen. With
yeah,
Neymar.
that's true.
I mean,
that's very true.
But he loves Spain, and he's getting nearly 600 grand a week.
What?
So
he's on 600 grand a week.
Yeah, he must pay players and all.
Fucking hell!
So, you know what are you gonna do? Because, like he said himself, he's happy playing golf. He said that's what he said. He's happy to play golf, and there's a picture of him. I can't remember if it was pre-season game, and and he's like this. He's got his golf hat on, his trousers. What is he like that?
That's insane.
I mean, what a life.
I mean,
he still gets to play now and then.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, he was and probably is. He's only 30.
I still think he's
one of the best players in the world.
Madrid's best player when he's fit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't understand why they've fallen out of love with him, because
Madrid fans never really.
They're so spoiled. If you're a Madrid fan, you are spoiled. So spoiled. They are really spoiled. I mean, I keep saying, if you come to Arsenal. And you're a great player. You're just so loved because we're not.
You get a statue.
Yeah, basically in Madrid, Henry just gets cast aside as another great player.
One of the greatest goalkeepers. Yeah. When they got rid of him, he's there crying in his press conference. That was it. It's just like, see you later.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, gone. Who's the next keeper? Yeah, they're so spoiled.
It's like
so
it's just
spoiled.
more like a.
But
more
I don't
football's a
understand
business,
because
but-
of that. I know they're two of the great clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid, and some of what they do on the field is memorable, almost more to other fans than their own. Obviously they do like what their teams achieve, but it's almost like other teams are like, wow, look what they did.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at Xavi and Iniesta and Messi. Look how you couldn't get the ball off of them and the triangle, and they're just like, meh. Yeah, next. You know, Suarez, bring him in. You know, it's insane. It is insane. But anyway, we digress. So, should we?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right. So,
Bye.
no. So we've done predictions. We've done everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't think there's a Monday game. I could be wrong, but you know we'll try and upload these every Friday. We're filming this Wednesday now.
You and I will
so
go
we can
to
sort
the
this
pub.
out.
We'll watch the games this weekend.
Yeah, and then we'll give you our views again.
Yes.
You're
Cool.
interested in listening to our views. So
yeah, take it easy. See you later, guys. This is a vlog of two
Oh,
halves.
the name's at the bottom.
Bye bye.